When I was 7 years old, I sat down at my grandmother's sewing machine and just started playing and had put together a doll dress. And when she looked at it, she just really couldn't believe that I had done that on my own with no training. I was in Troop 16. There were 16 girls and we rode bus 16 to our troop meetings. They were the sisters that I didn't have. When Sarah was born, they suspected that she had Down syndrome, and my first comment was that I wasn't sure that she would be able to be a Girl Scout. She had massive complications. So they took her into surgery on February 8th. I already had her first Valentine dress done. It was very clear that she was not going to be wearing that dress. And I sat in the waiting room and I cut the dress apart and made a little quilt. As soon as I laid the quilt on her, the monitors were beeping and the nurse came running wanting to know what I had done, and for a second I panicked that I had done something terrible. But she was responding to the love of the quilt that she felt on her. After Sarah had her open heart surgery, she came home, and 11 days later I found her in her crib blue. I scooped her up and called 911, and she started to tell me what to do, and I said to her, I don't need your instructions. I'm a Girl Scout. I say many times that Girl Scouting really has saved Sarah and I. It truly did save Sarah, literally. I always look back on those leadership skills that you learned as a Girl Scout and how those transfer to real life. Sarah got extremely ill. So I decided to quit my job and be home with her. Without having a business plan, without having any money, I said, I think we'll open a quilt shop. I discovered after doing that it really is such a perfect place for me. It's a perfect place for Sarah. It's a perfect place for Girl Scouts to come and hang out with us, do things with their hands, which opens a part of their heart that they may not have touched before. That could turn into, like for me, just a lifelong happiness, a place to create, to be who they want to be. My name's Joyce Hillick-Ely. I'm the CFO, the Chief Fabric Organizer at Jellens House of Fabric, and a lifelong Girl Scout lover.